This is going to be a light stretch for the shoulder to try and progress through these cross-body motions, right? So I'm going to start off with my hand on a door. This door handle is probably higher than most people's door at home, so you may want to go to something a little bit higher, whether it's a countertop, but even if it's a little bit lower, that's okay, right? So if I'm doing this with my right shoulder, ideally, or you can even use a door frame, so I don't even need my hand to rest on something. I can just grip the trim on a door frame, works pretty well. Now starting off, I like to have one foot kind of facing the door frame or facing the door, and other foot turned away. And I want to have my elbow pretty straight. So here I'm just trying to keep my shoulder down, right? I don't want my shoulder hiking up towards my ear. And I'm basically just turning from that foot towards my other foot to see if I can feel a little bit of tension through the front of my shoulder. A little bit towards the top is okay, but you want it to be towards the front. I don't want to feel like compression here or pinching. So if anything, I want to try and keep this down through the front. So I'm just going to turn away and turn back. It's a very gentle maneuver, coming in, coming out. If anything, I may try and feel like I'm lightly, even as I'm gripping, kind of pulling my shoulder down, right? So as you see me do this from the other side, one foot facing whatever I'm holding, the other foot kind of at an L, right? I want to make sure this shoulder is not hiking up like this. This is not what I'm looking for. So I want to keep this down, right? This is nice and soft. There's no tension here. So as I turn, if anything, I'm kind of very lightly sucking my shoulder down to see if I can keep that stretch in the front of my shoulder without it going towards the top. Now, if it's just a pure stretch, you can hold this for maybe 5 to 10 seconds, but if there's any pain associated with it, you kind of want to get just right to where that pain begins and back out of it. It's also worth mentioning I'm not letting my lower back flare into this hyperextension. I'm trying to keep my pelvis underneath me, and I'm just shifting from my left foot slowly to my right foot, just moving my trunk in and out. Now from here, I can also go to the opposite, stretching the back of my shoulder, where I'll turn the other way. So I'll start off facing whatever I'm holding on to, and I'm going to go from here, and I'm going to start to let my arm come across my body. Once again, this shoulder stays down, right? So as I start to turn my chest, bringing my chest and my arm closer to each other, if anything, as I turn, I'm going to see where do I start to get pinch or stretch. Stretch is what I'm looking for, right? So if I can find a stretch, that's kind of where I want to be. Now as I do this, and as I rotate towards my left arm, I'm going to turn, and then if I kind of shift my weight a little bit away from what I'm holding on to, I'll get a little bit more stretch here. I just want to make sure I keep it in this area. Maybe a little bit up here is okay, but nothing that's pinching or in the front, right? So I can start off once again kind of turning in and out of it, and as I turn, I'm leaning away from this door that I'm holding on to. If it feels like a pure stretch, I can once again hold 5 to 10 seconds.